A young man named David was running for his life. David, anointed by God but not yet crowned, led 600 loyal soldiers through the desert. They lived as fugitives, yet they functioned as an unpaid wall of protection for the local shepherds and farmers against raiders. In this same region lived Nabal. He was extraordinarily wealthy, owning 3,000 sheep and 1,000 goats. However, his name literally translates to
Who is this
fool,
David anyway?
and he lived up to it in every way. Nabal was harsh, selfish, and arrogant. But Nabal's wife, Abigail, was his exact opposite. She was intelligent, deeply beautiful in both face and spirit, and possessed a rare, quiet discernment that allowed her to navigate the pride of foolish men. It was sheep shearing season, a time of immense harvest, celebration, and abundance. David and his men had spent months guarding Nabal's
There is
flocks.
enough wealth there to
In the
feed all
spirit
of
of
our
the season, David sent 10 men to Nabal with a humble, gracious request.
Who is this David? Why should I share my bread and water with you? Get out of my sight!
Nabal's insult was a spark in a dry forest. David, a man of courage and honor, felt the sting of this humiliation deeply. He strapped on his sword and ordered 400 of his men to arm themselves.
I swear to
He
the
made a
heavens,
terrifying vow.
I will leave no men alive!
Meanwhile, a servant, realizing the impending catastrophe, ran to Abigail. He told her what had happened. Abigail did not freeze in terror. With swift, calculated wisdom, she gathered an immense caravan of supplies. 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 dressed sheep, roasted grain, raisins, and pressed figs. She did not tell her husband. She loaded the goods onto donkeys and rode out into the mountain pass. As she rounded a bend in the canyon, she came face to face with the approaching army. David was mounted, his men were armed, and his face was set in a mask of cold, unyielding rage. Abigail dismounted and bowed her face to the dirt. She took the blame entirely upon herself, speaking with profound humility. Please, my lord, do not let this burden of needless bloodshed stain your conscience. The Lord will fight your battles, and your name will be remembered for the lives you spared, not the lives you took. David stopped. The sword remained in its sheath. The rage drained from his eyes as he truly saw the woman before him. He realized that God had sent her to turn him back from a path that would have stained his future as king. Abigail returned home to find Nabal throwing a feast, drunk and oblivious to the fact that his household had been moments away from annihilation. She waited until he was sober to tell him the truth. When Nabal realized how close he had come to the end, his heart failed him, and he became like a stone. 10 days later, he passed away. When David heard the news, he praised God for protecting him from the path of vengeance. Recognizing her wisdom and noble character, David sent for Abigail. She rode out to meet him, not as a desperate servant, but as the future queen of Israel. The story of Abigail is a profound lesson on the power of wisdom in the face of foolishness. She reminds us that we do not have to be paralyzed by the poor choices of others, nor do we need to meet anger with more anger. When Nabal chose foolishness, Abigail chose discernment. When David was ready to abandon his integrity for the sake of vengeance, Abigail's words acted as a mirror, helping him see the man he was truly called to be. She teaches us that true influence doesn't come from a sword or a position of power, but from the ability to speak truth with grace and to act decisively when others are blinded by their own ego. As you reflect on this story, consider the Nabals in your own life, the people or situations that tempt you to lose your temper or compromise your values. Are you responding with the foolishness of the moment, or are you operating with the quiet, calculated strength of an Abigail? Abigail's legacy reminds us that one person, acting with integrity and calm, can change the entire course of history. May you be an Abigail in your own generation, carrying the courage and grace to stand between the sword and the slaughter, guided by a spirit that seeks peace over destruction.